Okay, so today is your IELTS speaking test. Can I have your full name, please?
It's Zahid Mohammed Abdullah.
Where do you come from?
I am from Pakistan, currently living in Kyoto, Japan.
Thank you. In the first part of examination, I'm going to ask you some question about money management. My question to you, when you go for shopping, do you prefer to pay for things in cash or by card?
I prefer to pay by card because it's a lot more convenient. Rather than keeping money with yourself, I prefer paying with a card.
Do you ever save money to buy special things?
Yes, I've done that a lot of times. Like when I used to get pocket money from my dad, I used to save money for like some period of time and then get the things that I wanted to buy.
Will you ever take a job which had low pay?
I did when I was in my high school because at that time I had to pay my high school fees and do like and pay for my living expenses. So I had to do like a low paying job as well to pay my expenses basically.
Fantastic. Would winning a lot of money make a big difference to your life?
Yes, I think it would, but I would like after winning that money, I would rather invest that somewhere so that with that money I could earn more money.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some question about animals now. Are there many animals or birds where you live?
Actually, there are quite a few animals, but like, we don't see them that often around because like the people like to keep pets around here. We live a little far away from any forest or that kind of a place, so we don't usually see like other animals. But people like to keep pets like dogs and cats and those kind of animals. Those kind of animals I see a lot.
Fantastic. Okay, how often do you watch programs or read articles about wild animals?
Not that often, but I read some news or that kind of stuff like on Wikipedia and that kind of stuff about animals because I like knowing things. I like learning about new things. And when I read something related to animals, I try to get more knowledge from that. So that's how I research about them or like I get knowledge about them. That's all.
Have you ever been to a zoo or a wildlife park?
Yes, I've been to a zoo, like I think twice in Japan, but I still tell my parents to take me to zoos so I could see more animals. But they are like, you've become a grown up and you don't have to go anymore. But like I do like to go to zoo and see animals around there and like learn about them and that stuff.
Would you like to have a job working with animals?
That's a quite interesting question. I mean, it depends on how I am dealing with those animals because I haven't done it in my life, so I don't have any experience related to that. But I mean, if it's a good job and it pays me well, and if it's an easy job, I would be like more open to doing it.
Okay, fantastic. That is the end of your part one. We are now heading towards part two. In part two, you will have to talk about the topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You have a minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. I'm going to send you this topic. Please give me a second. In part two, you're going to describe a website you use that helps you a lot in your work or studies. You should say what the website is, how often you use the website, what information the website gives you, and explain how your work or studies would change if this website didn't exist. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare yourself and then we will start. Take a minute. So, candidate Abdullah, can you please start now?
So yes, so the website I would like to talk about here is YouTube. So YouTube, as we know, that it's a website which where people upload their videos. I This website is really helpful for me because as a student, I could watch a lot of different conceptual videos. I could watch the different informative videos about different topics. For example, like in my university life and even during my high school days, I used to get a lot of information from those YouTube videos, those YouTube conceptual like videos, like for example the channels Khan Academy and other and those. Those used to be like really beneficial for me because even if I don't understand a concept in my university, I used to watch their videos because even they provide the visual graphics of those different physics concepts that didn't make any sense to me during my school classes. And I use these websites almost like this website for almost like once every day because in like even if you gather some knowledge from your university classes, you can gain more additional knowledge from these videos. And if this website wasn't there, I believe I wouldn't have been able to like gather this much knowledge and be more confident and knowledgeable in my concepts. I won't be able to like understand all those concepts precisely, I believe. And this website, YouTube, has played a really important role in my studies actually. Oh yeah. And
Well,
so,
all right,
sorry.
thank you very much for your part two, the cue card. We're now heading towards the part three of your examination. In this part of the test, I'm going to ask you some questions on the topic the internet. My question to you: why do some people find the internet addictive?
Oh, I mean, it's because of its interactive nature, because it it attracts people. It attracts people towards itself because there's a lot of stuff on available on internet. One stuff attracts one particular audience, and another one attracts another particular audience. And like for example, I like cricket. There's like a lot of information available about cricket on internet. Like you can watch those highlights from 1980s. You can learn more about the cricket rules. You can even play cricket now on internet. That's why like there's a whole lot of bunch of stuff available on internet related to one particular topic. That's why it attracts attention, like a lot of attention of people towards itself.
Fantastic. What would world be like without the internet?
Oh, I mean, it's the most important source of communication right now. If there was no such communication in the world, I don't think we would have been progressing at this rate at which we are right now. Because without communication and without sharing your knowledge with others, I don't think the world would be progressing at this pace. Internet is beneficial for sharing information. Nowadays it's also important for entertainment purposes because like with all those hectic routines and everything, people need some relaxation, people need some free time, and internet does provide them with that fun and happy stuff. Like it's important for like I probably think it's important for every part of life nowadays. Even if you want to communicate with your relatives living like thousands of miles away, it's really important because without internet there I don't think it would have been possible.
Fantastic. Do you think that the way people use the internet may change in the future?
Actually, I think that because of the way artificial intelligence is progressing, because the way artificial intelligence is taking control of everything, I believe the world's going to change. Not just how the people use internet, even the ways of like how people live is going to change by a lot. Yes, because the potential that AI have, artificial intelligence has, we have not seen it like to its 100%. I think we're still at like 10% or something, and it's going to change. which is going to change everything, whether it's how people use internet or whether how people live.
Okay, some more questions from social media websites. My question to you, all right, I'll ask you some question about social media websites in this part. My question to you, what are the ways that social media can be used for positive purposes?
Like regarding positive purposes, social media has a huge potential because, for example, I was talking about YouTube. With YouTube, we can provide conceptual videos to students who can't understand in their schools because, for example, like with visual effects, you can explain physics a lot better, this thing. And then like with WhatsApp and all those communication softwares, you can communicate with your relatives, your loved ones, like thousands and thousands of miles away. And like with Facebook, with Twitter, with other such social media platforms, you can like share information. And in this way, all of these social media applications can provide benefits not just to an individual but to like a whole community or a whole nation, I believe.
My question, next question. Why do some individuals post highly negative comments about other people on social media websites?
It's because of this negative thing about social media. For example, like everybody have some opinions. It's negative or positive, and everybody can post those opinions on the internet without any check and balance. Everybody can say anything to anybody on social media. Even can like even he can make claims, false claims about anybody without any check and balance. There's no control over social media. There's no fine or there's no punishment for any crime that you do or any negative or false comment that you post on social media. That's why people are free to do anything, which I believe is not a good thing. There should be check and balance. There should be social media police, I guess.
My last question. Do you think that companies' main form of advertising will be via social media in the future?
I believe it's actually there right now. We're not like really far away from that time. We're actually right now, the major companies, the big companies, the big businesses, they use social media as their advertising platform. For example, like YouTube. Whenever you've started some video, there's like a 30 seconds advertisement at the start of every video. And these companies have started using social media because people don't like the young generation doesn't use TV or other such things anymore. They're more on their phones. And if you want to get to this young generation, you have to get to them through social media, which the large and big industries and companies have been doing.
Fantastic. That is the end of your exam today. Wish you good luck with your results. At the end, my
Thank you very
feedback.
much.
I would suggest you in part one, maybe I think that you were giving some short answers. Even though I understand that the first part you are not supposed to give some elaborative answers, but yes, adding some details with your answer is always good. On the whole, your confidence was fantastic. Number one, you were fluent, you were really relevant and connected. That was really nice. And you, more than most, you were using the examples to explain your ideas, specifically in the part three, which is a great thing if you are to secure 7+ bands. If I consider your performance today, I'm gonna give you somewhere 7.5 to 8. Uh, I think it was it's hard to pick one number, but I'll give you an 8 band English speaking. And if you keep doing like this, I believe that you can even cross 8 bands. Fantastic. You need to pat yourself and clap for yourself. That's fantastic, man. This is really good. Excellent. Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. Thank you.